Well, good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, September 15th, 2012. And I'm up bright and early. Sun just rose. And I thought I'd sit down and record a little bit more from the reading of Exodus, chapter 10, verses 12 through 15. And so let's go ahead and start that right now. For so hath the Lord said to Moses, Hold forth thy hand on the land of Egypt to a locust, that it sty on the land, and devour all the herb which is residue to the hail. And Moses held forth the yard on the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought in a bringing wind all that day and night. And when the Meritide was made, the bringing wind locusts, which stayed on all the land of Egypt, and sat in all the coasts of Egyptians. And the locusts were innumerable, and such were not before that time, neither shall come afterward. And though held in all the face of the earth, and waste in all things, therefore the herb of earth was devoured. And whatever of apples was in trees, which the hail had left, it was devoured. And outerly no green thing was left in trees, and in herbs of earth, in all Egypt. And now from King James. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Egypt, and eat every herb of the land, all that the hail hath left. And Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought an east wind upon the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts. And the locusts went up over all the land of Egypt, and rested in all the coasts of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such, for they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened. And they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. And there remained not any green thing in the trees, or in the herbs of the field, through all the land of Egypt. So ends the reading. And it strikes me that I've been watching a lot of videos that relate to 2012 and some of the strange events that are taking place this year. And there are plagues of locusts that are creeping up. California had some, and I believe India had some. I may pull up a video for the next time and show a bit of that. There's also waters turning to blood red in Lebanon and other areas, which is quite interesting. A huge increase in UFO sightings, which may be a precursor to the planned fake alien invasion. Let me stress fake. Believe not the deceivers. And clearly these UFOs are aligned with the deception element, because they stay at a distance. You can see lights and you kind of get an idea that something's there, but a true friend, someone that has your best interests at heart, doesn't play games, doesn't hide behind trees and play peekaboo with you. They come and talk to you, and they say what they have to say, and they help you how they can help you. So all these lights in the sky that are mysterious and unidentified and sometimes scaring people, I really put no faith in them as being anything but deceivers and part of the fallen angels, so described in the Bible and described in many other accounts of the history of human activity here on Earth. I was also geared up here I've been reading through more of these reformers of Christianity, or early pioneers of Christianity also, and I dialed in John Knox, and so I'll read the first paragraph here, the introduction about him, just to learn a little more about men of God in the past, because our education system doesn't always teach us about these men. So let's read. God not only calls men to particular tasks in his kingdom, he also equips the men he calls with the personality, gifts, and strength to do the work. So it was with John Knox, the reformer of Scotland. Born and raised in a harsh land, he emerged from his years of preparation a harsh and unbending defender of the faith. With roots deeply sunk into the soil of his motherland, he was fed with the sturdiness of Scotland's gloomy heaths. Heir of the dour, unbending individualism which so characterized Scotland's populace, he was tempered to stand alone against queens and princes, unmoved by their threats or tears. He was, in God's wisdom, the only one who could bring the Reformation to Scotland. And there's another example right in the first introductory paragraphs of how men who stand up and preach and hold true to the Word of God as best they're able often find themselves alone, facing a world that has nothing but scorn and derision for them. Especially while they're alive. Sometimes after they're murdered, they get treated a little better. Funny, right? Well, these are the ways of the world. Such as it is. Okay, let's end this reading. I'll pick it up next time. I'm just waking up here, getting the coffee in, and trying to get my my mojo back. It's coming back. But on a personal note, I'm wrestling with the abandonment of friends. I'm sure everybody experiences this in life. People you thought you could count on, people you thought they had your back, and then times get tough, and instead of having your back, they turn their backs on you. Happening to me right now. But I'll get through, God willing. I don't have nearly the same amount of problems as others in the world, so I've got nothing to complain about. It's a beautiful day. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. And until then, bye.